Kids are more exposed than ever to unrealistic standards and potentially harmful images, especially when it comes to the way they view their body. So it's important to talk to them about self-esteem and how to love themselves. And celebrity fitness and nutrition expert Lisa Lynn has written a book called I Love My Body That Can Help. And I am so happy to have you here today. Where was this? Where were you? Where was this book 20 years ago when I was just starting my teens?
That's exactly why I wrote it, because people look at me now and they think I was popped out of the womb like this. Well, I was 40 pounds heavier, and it wasn't my body. I could fix that easily with a diet or whatever I needed to do. But the internal stuff that was going on was the hardest and continues to be work for me.
Because kids can be so cruel. And especially when you're getting, yeah, absolutely.
Aunts and uncles to the little kids, oh, Johnny looks like he really filled in, and they don't realize how injurious these comments are, and we never get rid of them.
Yeah, I had weight struggles when I was younger. My sister has had weight struggles too, and yeah, that came from one of our aunts as well.
And you know, the other thing I realized that it comes from is, so say you have a kid that is overweight and needs to, you can't love them over the finish line healthy, but where does it start? Mothers, fathers, kids, it starts with self-love.
Yes.
And I'm not proud of this, but I used to say, when my body goes, then my head will follow it. You and I both know it does not. No matter what change you're operating on in your life, it starts with loving yourself unconditionally as you are and embracing the things you hate the most.
Yeah, one of the things I'll never forget with one of my nieces, she was 8 years old. She is skinny as can be.
Yeah.
I mean, she is rail thin. She came up to my husband and said, Uncle Jared, am I fat?
That's exactly it.
Because a boy in my class said that I'm fat.
That's it.
And I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. 8 years old.
And 8 years old. And I have seen younger whose parents bring them to lose weight. Number one, the whole household is eating junk. Johnny just doesn't have the same. And so honestly, I prayed and God said, if you really want to change this, you have to start. You have to seed right at the root where it begins. And it begins, believe it or not, moms and dads, newsflash, your kids are only going to love their body and be as grateful and courteous as you are. And just like we teach them please and thank you, we need to instantly brainwash them, not saying, oh, look at Johnny's chubby chies, like I love a belly on a baby, but say, you know, how grateful you are to have your body. I had to literally do, like, grown-ups are calling this the potty book. So you keep it in the potty room. Yes, because women need to read this every day. Like, I always criticize my thighs, and now I say, I am so grateful my thighs work. You know, unfortunately, when we have tragedy, like I had melanoma last year, and it made me realize,
and I'm so thankful that you're here.
Yeah,
we all are.
Exactly. And I realized I am so grateful my thighs work. So whenever I get a bad thought, I instantly shuttle it in with a gratitude comment, like, I'm always ravenous. You know what? It's a sign of good health.
And so anybody who's reading this book, anybody of any age,
everybody should
whether
really
it's men, whether it's women, people will be able. We all need it. But it's a way of basically turning around the negative and heading to the positive.
It's a gratitude lifestyle which works in every aspect of your life. So if you're fighting with your husband, I always say, I'm so grateful to have a husband to fight with. Like, spin it around and it goes from negative instantly to a positive.
Absolutely. All very good. And so what are you working on next?
Oh, of course I'm going to do the next. I have to do this through the ages and talk more to women, because we're the change that help elicit the change in our children. So you have to be it.
Absolutely. Great advice. Thank you so much for being here today, Alexis Court.